Hello and welcome everyone. Today we're embarking on an incredibly exciting expedition into what I like to call future food tech, the next era of sustainable food production. If you thought food was just about what's on your plate, think again. We are on the verge of a huge transformation in how we produce and consume food. It's revolutionary.
Oh wow, that sounds incredible. But how urgent is this shift? Why should we care about it right now?
Fantastic question. With climate change looming over our heads and our global population expected to hit nearly 10 billion by 2050, the pressure on our food systems is enormous. We can't simply carry on as usual. Imagine needing to feed billions, but doing so in a manner that safeguards our planet. Picture steak cultivated in a lab rather than farmed traditionally.
Wait, hold on a second. Steak? In a lab? That sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. How on earth does that even work?
Right? It's called lab-grown meat or cultured meat. Instead of raising animals, they cultivate animal cells in a lab. This method significantly reduces greenhouse gas emissions, deforestation, and water usage. And let's not forget, it's a massive leap towards animal welfare by skipping the slaughtering process entirely.
Wow, that's seriously mind-blowing. But wouldn't that be super pricey to create? It sounds so fancy and all.
Absolutely, high production costs are a significant challenge. It's one of the hurdles holding back lab-grown meat from going mainstream. Regulatory frameworks also pose challenges, ensuring safety while allowing innovation to flourish. However, the benefits are phenomenal: less reliance on antibiotics and a reduced risk of foodborne illnesses.
Right. So it's not limited to just meat. You mentioned alternative proteins, like insect-based ones. Isn't that kind of, gross for a lot of people?
I totally understand that sentiment. The idea of eating insects can be off-putting at first, but in many cultures, insects are considered a staple food. Think of them as protein-packed snacks, similar to how we delight in shrimp or crabs. Plus, their environmental footprint is minimal. They require far less land and water compared to traditional livestock.
Oh wow, eating bugs. And I guess they could be like crunchy protein snacks? Crazy. What about these vertical farms you mentioned? That sounds like something from an urban fantasy novel.
Absolutely. Vertical farming is akin to turning cities into farms by stacking crops up high. It enables fresh produce cultivation in urban locales, while drastically cutting down on water usage and transportation emissions, all key players in climate change. Just imagine enjoying fresh lettuce and tomatoes grown right atop your office building.
That's like something out of a futuristic dream. But how on earth does that work with, our everyday crops?
Isn't it fascinating? AI plays a massive role in vertical farming. It can optimize crop growth by monitoring real-time conditions and predicting yields accurately. Imagine it as a digital assistant for plants, ensuring they get everything they need to thrive.
Ooh, tech for my plants, that's wild. And you touched on 3D printing too. How does that fit into sustainable food production?
Yes, 3D printing in the food realm allows for tailored meals fitting dietary needs, whether it's for astronauts in space or patients with specific health requirements. It's pretty much like building your dinner layer by layer. Imagine the culinary possibilities.
That's super cool. But what about food packaging? Are we talking about edible wrappers now?
Spot on. The innovations in food packaging encompass biodegradable and even edible options to drastically reduce waste. When combined with AI-driven solutions, such as apps that help monitor food inventories, we can encourage consumers to minimize waste and maximize usage of what they have.
Man, this all sounds amazing. But what challenges still stand in the way of these innovations?
You've hit the nail on the head. While the innovations are impressive, accessibility is vital. We need to ensure that sustainable food options are both available and affordable across various income levels. We also need to consider cultural acceptance of these new food sources, which can be tricky.
Right, so it's like a balancing act between innovation and making it enjoyable for everyone?
Exactly. It's a journey, and as awareness grows regarding sustainability, we can expect increased investment in food tech, consumer demand will undoubtedly push companies to innovate even further.
Wow, this really lays out an exciting future for food. I'd love to see how all this unfolds in my lifetime.
And it's bound to be fascinating. The future of food tech brims with promise. Innovations like lab-grown meats and vertical farming could lead us to a more sustainable food landscape. Remember, it's all about equitable access, nourishing our world sustainably, one bite at a time.
I can't wait to see how it develops. Thank you for this amazing insight.